So as promised out at the range today, well really the same day, if you've already watched the initial, not really a tabletop, me standing at the back of the tailgate review with the some of the specs. I wouldn't really say specs. I didn't really talk about weight, length, and all that kind of stuff, just features. So if you've already watched that video, this is the same day for me, just out here shooting it at the range. So far, I've put 11 magazines through it, 15 rounds. What is that, 165? Probably not right, but I'm going to go with that. And getting ready to put another mag through it. I was going to run 200 today. I am happy to report from the very first shot, it has been completely flawless. And as per usual, like on my R7, my original R7, literally nothing. The glass is just as clean as it was when I showed up here today, and that's attributed to that side ejection and no openings across the top of the slide. I do not want to say that this is my new favorite gun because it's so new. I know the R7's been around for a little while, and all they really did was change the grip. But sometimes, as we saw on the CZ, what is essentially the P07 Nocturne, or P09C Nocturne, which is again essentially the P07 that's now optic ready. That's really all they changed, was some stippling on the grip and made it optic ready. And some people's having issues with it when that gun has always been solid. So, you know, I can't say just yet that it's my new favorite gun, being that it is so new. But when I tell you that I don't own a gun, I mean, literally just now while I'm sitting here talking on camera, it's like your hand is attracted to it. It is just so ergonomically great. If you are that guy that stands around in a gun store talking about how good something feels in the hand, you're going to go like just off the rails when you put your hands on this. I'm standing back here. The last magazine that you just saw there was about 16 yards. So I'm standing at some distance now. Some of those were 8-10 yards, but I can't remember having as much fun with the gun in recent history as I have with this. And who would have known that a Kimber would not need to be broken in? And believe me when I tell you, I'm just grabbing ammunition out of an old can, big green can that I've had sitting around in my safe for probably 6 or 8 years. Had 2,600 rounds of ammo stashed in it. Some of it is flat nose, some of it's round nose, some of it's Winchester, some of it's Fiocchi. There ain't no telling. And it's ran it all flawlessly, pretty quick, rapid fashion. The gun is not hot, just as accurate now as it was then. Just loving the Kimber Mako. I rode the slide lock on that one. I don't know if it shows up for camera, but the difference in velocity, or some of those must have been some plus P's or something, because they had a little more oomph behind them than the other ones did. But I just have a whole, just a whole plethora of ammunition in that bag. This thing has been a blast out at the range today. With that, I'm gonna say that it's what is that, 175, 180 rounds. I'm gonna try to put about 20 more rounds through it, and that'll make 200. I don't suspect there'll be any problems whatsoever. Totally, as mentioned before, recommend going out and getting this gun. Again, go over, check out the other video. I talk about all of the different features of the gun. So right now, all I wanted to do was just show you guys some of the shooting and just let you know that it's been flawless. I'm gonna put another 20 rounds through it, and then we'll wrap the video up. Well, folks, there you have it. 200 rounds, and I loaded up another 15 round magazine. We're just going to make it 215 today because I've enjoyed shooting this thing so much. And man, I really want to say I've shot some guns lately. Shot the new MC9 recently, the Mod 3 from Springfield. We had the TAC Ops X Macro out here. We've had some pretty nice guns out at the range lately, and this is a contender for the most fun I've had at the range. I didn't want to do like this huge. I just wanted to put the video, some of the shooting up at the front of the video like I did, overlay some of it, put some videos of the gun itself over the talking, etc. Didn't want to really drag out the range review, so just kind of changing things up a little bit. But after this magazine, 215 rounds without issue from the first round to hopefully after this magazine here, the last round. Going to run you out with these last 15 here. Ergonomically, again, just phenomenal. Fits perfectly in your hand. The only thing is the mag release can be a little bit sticky, but I can report that it has gotten better, and the slide lock is so easily manipulated. Slam it right down, just so smooth. I don't know if you could hear the trigger while I was shooting, but it was absolutely just phenomenal. Again, dry firing in the store, you're not going to think that much about the trigger. Actually out at the range, you're going to think a whole lot about it. Make sure you know Jesus Christ is your Savior. Most important thing that you can do. Also, please consider going over, supporting me on Patreon. I'm over on Rumble as well. $5 a month on Patreon. If you can swing that, it can help get some ammunition and allow me to continue to keep putting these videos up for you guys. And again, hope you enjoyed. Without the subscription, YouTube will not consider me relevant and continue to recommend my videos. So please, if you think you've subscribed, make sure you have, because I lost a ton of subscribers, and even some of my friends and even my wife was unsubscribed and don't even know why. So make sure that you indeed are subscribed. And as always, to God be the glory. Let's run you out with 15.